Hello, my name is James Armstrong, and I'm the Chief Scientific Officer at MedArc Incorporated. I want to talk to you today about the Kontrol BioCloud real-time air sampling and airborne pathogen monitoring device, a SafeSpace technology for the purpose of reducing downtime in critical operations. Now, this product has applications in the current COVID-19 pandemic, so I want to briefly touch on the pandemic and its impact. I'll talk a little bit about how we see the future of workplace pathogen management, and how SafeSpace monitoring technology works, and how it can be implemented in your spaces. The COVID-19 pandemic has touched many lives and caused unprecedented disruptions to the global economy. We are all impacted by reduced personal interaction, uncertainty about the post-pandemic economic landscape, policies discouraging new investment, disruptions to education that slow accumulation of human capital, and high levels of just plain old confusion in general that has had a major impact on all aspects of economic activity. Now, ground zero for this economic disruption is the operations and personnel running society's critical infrastructure, people whose skills are in high demand and work that cannot be done from home. Again, COVID is just one of the many viruses impacting workplace productivity. However, the one thing all these pathogens seem to have in common is that they are spread through the air. In fact, aerosol transmission occurs specifically in settings like indoor, crowded, and inadequately ventilated spaces where potentially infected persons spend long periods of time. There is growing evidence that viruses remain airborne in indoor environments for hours, potentially increasing in concentration and accumulating over time before settling onto surfaces. You've all lived through this COVID-19 pandemic, so you know how it's been. However, did you know that even the average influenza season costs about $45 billion per outbreak in North America alone due to direct healthcare costs and lost productivity? Now, influenza vaccination programs have been shown to reduce lost productivity by up to 25%, and the current PPE standards have been able to reduce about half of these remaining losses. However, current measures do not fully address all productivity losses due to airborne pathogens. Now, can we take back even more of this lost productivity? As we know, it is normal for the air quality within a confined space to be tested or monitored in workplaces to ensure worker safety and continued reliable operations. We believe it will become the new normal to conduct air monitoring for airborne communicable diseases within the workplace to effectively protect staff and maintain productivity. This is where we believe the BioCloud fits as yet another tool in our toolbox. By monitoring and protecting spaces from infectious agents with this SafeSpace technology, we can further reduce productivity losses by ensuring the ambient virus load within a given area is below levels that are known to be contagious. By first protecting spaces, we can better protect those people within them. One of the main problems with the current pandemic is actually knowing where this virus is. We can't see the threat, so some argue we must enact blanket precautions, assuming it's everywhere. Now, the BioCloud actually tells you where the virus is, and more importantly, where it is not, taking guesswork and anxiety out of the equation. We know that losing key personnel or completely shuttering a facility can cost dearly, even over the short term. Being able to clearly identify the space and employees who are potentially exposed to near contagious levels will dramatically reduce downtime due to false alerts and limit the reach of real exposures. For example, in just 1 month, there have been over 1,400 outbreaks in Ontario workplaces. Now, this number is even higher in Quebec workplaces, where over 5,000 have occurred. As you can see from this pie chart, it is in fact the workplace that is the most vulnerable and highest risk space for transmission. So how does the BioCloud actually work? Well, it was manufactured by experts in complex air sampling and monitoring technologies. Its air intake sucks in air at approximately 150 cubic feet per minute. Air is passed through a sampling pump, and all the aerosolized particles within your space are drawn out of the air into a solution. Next, that solution is drawn into the proprietary detection chamber, which operates on technologies that have been proven for over 40 years. Again, this device is capable of detecting many airborne pathogens that are known to contribute to lost workplace productivity, not only the current hot topic of COVID-19. The detection technology is different from and has many advantages over the famous human PCR test, the one that goes in the nose. The main difference being that it detects the actual virus and not just fragments of the virus's DNA, or more accurately, RNA. Now, the unit actually functions more like a smoke detector, triggering a discrete internet-based notification once viral particles reach a threshold just below levels known to be contagious. The major advantage of this system is that it simply takes too long after viral exposure for humans to develop symptoms. The virus has already been in the environment for 3 days up to 2 whole weeks by the time symptoms show up in humans. Add another 1 to 4 days to get test results back, and you won't actually know about the presence of the virus for several days up to a month after it has been in your environment. When you add in asymptomatic carriers to the equation, you can see how relying on the development of human symptoms to alert you to the presence of contagious viral levels just has an unacceptable lag time. So what does BioCloud actually tell you? Well, no news is good news. If the alarm does not go off, the levels of virus within the environment have not accumulated to levels that are contagious. That means that even if someone who was sick had unintentionally passed through the area, they did not contribute enough virus to the environment for it to reach contagious levels. If they did, the alarm would be triggered and appropriate protocols could be enacted rapidly before further risk of human-to-human transmission occurred. Once the air sampled does contain enough virus that is nearing contagious levels, whether this happens all at once, think through an infected sneeze right into the sampling port, or slowly over time through repeated sub-infectious exposures. In both cases, a discrete notification is sent to the system administrators, and local policies can be put into effect to isolate, test, and trace only those personnel who were present at the time of the alert. Now, each organization is unique, so we encourage everyone to develop their own protocols to enact in the event of an alert. That being said, MedArc and Kontrol are committed to fulfilling the unique requirements of all spaces. We will work in collaboration with you and your organization to fully optimize integration of the BioCloud with your existing local health authority guidelines. However, here are some simple suggested steps in the event you should receive an alert. First, take the necessary steps to prevent personnel from entering the space associated with the alert and keep the area isolated. Second, invoke your unique operators protocols regarding the notification and/or testing and isolation of only those personnel who are in the space. Last, using regular gloves and a surgical mask as PPE, take the necessary steps to clean and disinfect the space associated with the alert as prescribed in your building's maintenance protocol or by your local health authority guidelines. Now, after the alert is triggered and the space has been sanitized, before the unit can be up and running again, you must go through the detection cartridge replacement process. Now, this process was designed to be safely and successfully carried out by a school custodian or janitor. First, using the display screen, initiate the unit's self-cleaning cycle. Next, wearing gloves and a mask, wipe down the device's exterior with standard disinfectant wipes. After, open the front panel and locate the detection chamber and cartridge. Both are to be removed and replaced with new cartridges. Finally, the panel is then closed and the display screen is used to reset the alerts and notifications. After this, the BioCloud is back up and running. Ultimately, the unit is essentially set it and forget it. Little is required to keep it in operating condition. The detection cartridges do need to be replaced every quarter, as well as when the unit's alert is triggered. All it takes to expand surveillance to additional airborne pathogens beyond the current COVID-19 pathogen is to swap out or add additional cartridges. Now, the unit itself is discreet, measuring 14 by 16 inches with a depth of about 8. It can be powered by a regular 120 volt AC outlet, making it quite convenient to mount on a wall or integrate into an existing HVAC system. Suggested locations are many, but could include places with critical staff, external personnel training rooms, and anywhere else staff may congregate. In summary, we believe live airborne pathogen monitoring will become an integral part of critical workplaces in the future. The BioCloud brings to your attention when the actual virus has accumulated within a space to near infectious levels, allowing you to get a massive head start on containment protocols relative to waiting for human symptoms to alert you to an infectious agent's presence. Not having to wait until employees develop symptoms before being alerted to the virus's presence can also help avoid the added WSIB claims associated with contagious disease. Combined with vaccination, rapid testing, and contact tracing, monitoring spaces for airborne transmission as part of the overall arsenal of technology to combat the COVID-19 pandemic can help to protect staff and reduce costs associated with the facility downtime or personnel losses. Thank you very much for your time, and please do not hesitate to get in touch with us for further information at sales@medarc.ca. And please enjoy this accompanying short video, and we look forward to hearing from you very soon.
MedArc is proud to bring you the Kontrol BioCloud SafeSpace technology. COVID-19 has changed everything: the way we work, socialize, travel, and collaborate. Our new normal can feel overwhelming. Now more than ever, we need to feel safe in the spaces where we work, gather, and play. And now we can. Introducing BioCloud, the latest innovation in SafeSpace technology. BioCloud is designed to detect airborne viruses, including SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Scientific research tells us that as we breathe, cough, or sneeze, we can release droplets and shed viruses, which can become airborne and lead to spread. The BioCloud Analyzer continuously monitors air quality by sampling the air in real time with an unobtrusive wall-mounted unit. When SARS-CoV-2 is detected, the technology silently alerts facility managers via their mobile devices, assisting to mitigate outbreaks and to speed up contact tracing. And it's easy to use. Cloud-based and Wi-Fi enabled, all you need to do is plug it in. The BioCloud technology has been independently tested with funding from the National Research Council of Canada, and it's proudly developed and manufactured in Ontario. BioCloud is currently ready to ship to businesses, schools, hospitals, long-term care facilities, recreational facilities, mass transit vehicles, and any other space where people gather. MedArc is committed to helping create safe spaces and to getting people around the world back to the lives they want to live quickly and safely. Now, with BioCloud, we can.
Hi, I'm Gary Saunders, President of Kontrol BioCloud, and I'd like to present the Kontrol BioCloud COVID-19 Analyzer. The analyzer is used to detect the SARS-CoV-2 virus out of the ambient air that we breathe. What we do is we draw in ambient air in through the bottom, venting it out at the top, and then taking a small sample into our system for analysis. With that concentration, we can then indicate that it's present in the air, either through a screen notification or a notification sent out via email or text. Applications for the device are in the educational field, healthcare, either hospitals or long-term care homes, entertainment, or transportation, such as buses, trains, subways. The unit is easily mountable to any solid surface and easy to maintain. We'd like to thank the Ontario government for their contribution through the Ontario Together Fund. With their funding, it's allowed us to accelerate our research and development, as well as dramatically increase our capacity for manufacturing. With their support, we've been able to utilize local resources to reach the global demand that we have for this product. Without their support, this wouldn't be possible.